In this video, we're going to show you how to install the thermostat and housing on your Cadillac Escalade located on the top side of the engine. Want to remove this silver trim here. Literally just pull up and you're dislodging the plastic push pins from the rubber grommets up and then pull forward. Now, in order to remove this upper air box area, there are two hose clamps securing this. There's one right over here, right behind your mass airflow sensor. We're going to use a flathead screwdriver to loosen this clamp here. And then there's one over right here to the throttle body. We're going to go ahead and loosen that one as well. On the back side of the airbox, there's going to be two vacuum hoses, one here on the passenger side, there's one over here on the driver's side. They come off really easy. There is a gray clip on the top right here. You're simply going to push down and pull it off. So push down, twist that off. The other side is just the opposite. This gray push clip here is on the bottom side. So on the driver's side, you're going to push up and then pull that hose off, like so. And once you have that all set there, we can now go ahead and remove this unit. We're going to lift up, pull forward and wiggle it, disconnect it from the throttle body right here. And then we're going to disconnect the flex hose from the air filter box. And remove this unit. Now, on the top of the thermostat housing right here, you want to pay attention. We have the upper radiator hose right here, and then we have the expansion right here for our overflow. There are two metal clamps. Inside here is normally going to be some coolant. Now, our system is a little bit low on coolant right now because we had a leak. You will have coolant in these tubes here. And what you can do is just put a catch can underneath the front side of the engine here. And because this is the highest point of the engine area, not a lot is going to come out, but you do want to catch that coolant. You don't want that to just run out and run down the road or in your driveway or in your garage. Using a pair of pliers, we want to pinch this hose clamp. And when you pinch it, hose clamp, there's a little tab on here that'll lock itself open. Just slide this back. Let's go ahead and get the lower clamp right here. Pinch that. As we pinch this here, I try and work this hose off at the same time. Go ahead and set that aside. Now on the upper radiator hose here, I'm going to use my pliers and I'm just going to grab this here and I'm gently just going to twist it. I want to break this hose free. Here it's now spinning nice. Should be able to twist that off. Now remember, this coolant is already coming out right here. So if you want, you can put some towels in here or a rag or anything like that to catch some of that. So let's go ahead and do that now. Just tuck that hose off to the side. Around the perimeter of our thermostat housing is three 10mm bolts. Let's go ahead and loosen and remove those. There's going to be residual coolant in here as well as in the neck here. Let's go ahead and lift this up. There's the O-ring gasket you can see sticking there. And peel that up. And remove that housing. And you can see the O-ring gasket still there. We're going to peel that off. I'm going to use a little bit of spray solvent on the aluminum here just to clean up any residual material from that O-ring gasket. You want to make sure that this is clean and there's no garbage left on there. Want to make sure that the new gasket seats on there nice. At this point here, we can go ahead and gather up our leak protection materials, get rid of those. Take the thermostat and housing, lower that down into position. Let's go ahead and get our bolts started by hand first. Once we have all three of these in, we're going to go ahead and snug them down. Now we don't want to over tighten this here, so once those bolts bottom out, then you want to stop. I'm going to try and tighten these down evenly. Go ahead and torque these bolts down to 7.4 foot-pounds. Let's go ahead and install our radiator hose here. Line that up, push it on. And we're going to take this other hose here, line that up. I want to go ahead and pinch that clamp. Push the hose down, release that clamp. Just go ahead and bring this hose clamp back. Use your pliers, move that clamp back into position. We want to install our air intake here. Going to line this up with our air intake or air box over here. Work it onto the throttle body. And on the back side here, there is a mounting tab that goes inside this notch. So that fits into place. Let's now go ahead and secure the two clamps on the throttle body and the air intake tube. You want to go ahead and snug this down. You don't want to over tighten it. Just snug it down gently. And let's go ahead and get to the one by the throttle body. Make sure this is pushed on all the way. Snug it down. Install our vacuum tubes. They pretty much line right up. Push it on, and you hear it snap into place. We're going to repeat for the driver's side. And insert the back side of our trim here into the intake, and then bring down the front. Press that on. Now that we've completed the thermostat housing installation, if you did lose a little bit of antifreeze or coolant out of that hose there and you want to go ahead and top it off, you want to go ahead and add it through your coolant reservoir here. We'll go ahead and just use your funnel, and on the side of the tank here is going to show you a high and low or hot and cold area. You're going to simply use the appropriate amount of antifreeze and the brand and go ahead and add accordingly. You want to top this off. Now, if you only lost a little bit when you disassemble that, only add a little bit at a time. Now at that point there, you want to check the tank. Start up the vehicle, let it run, get it up to operating temperature, go for road test, come on back, check that fluid level. Now if that level is still low, go ahead and open this up after it is cooled off and add a little bit more fluid to get it up to that proper level. Once you're all set with that, install the cap, close the hood, and you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.